going through awakening, it's like, I want it to work now. And they're having a lot of anxiety, stuck patterns, fear, reactions. And like, how do I handle that in the meanwhile? Because obviously you can't do all your trauma in one day, right? So
Right.
there's a few things I could teach you today that could be life-changing. Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Welcome, Amanda. Super excited to know the truth with you today. What's your question?
I think my question that keeps coming up for me, is how to fully release and let go of the fear on the journey. It's like I've been working intentionally to get rid of the fear and it just keeps coming up. I mean, I know it wants to come up to be cleared, but I just don't know how to do that on my own.
Okay, got it. So you're saying that you're on the journey of awakening, you're on the journey of healing, but you keep having fear come in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So from a metaphysical standpoint, right? Fear is created by the meaning that we place on things, whether it's subconscious or whether we're actively putting meaning on stuff. So, of course, if you're doing your work, you're working to get those boulders out of the subconscious with healing. But in the meanwhile, what can you do? Is that your question, basically?
Yeah, it just keeps the bubbles up and it's mostly like in the thoughts.
Okay, cool. So that actually mantra is going to be probably, and breath work is going to be the biggest thing. Okay. So this is a great question. I love it so much because so many people, when they're going through awakening, it's like, I want it to work now. And they're having a lot of anxiety, stuck patterns, fear, reactions. And like, how do I handle that in the meanwhile? Because obviously you can't do all your trauma in one day. Right. So,
Right.
the practice would be, there's a few things I could teach you today that could be life changing. One is what's called heart rate variability. Okay. You can look it up. HRV. Okay. And it's
Mhm.
actually literally, if you turn on, there's free apps for it. It's literally like you can breathe. It's basically rhythmic breathing. So if you just do that right now, let's just take a minute and just take some deep breaths in through the nose and out the mouth. You can start first from in the nose and out the mouth as slow as possible, as deep as possible, but you want to be rhythmic. Don't stop at the top or the bottom. Okay. Now, as you get more into it, you can just go just through the nose, breathing in and out. Okay. But when you breathe in this time, I want you to breathe all the way to where your diaphragm gets like you can't take in any more air. Okay. And extend all the way until you can't take any more air in and then release it. Do you feel a difference right there? Okay, so
Yeah.
what that's doing right there is that is resetting the nervous system. Because if the thoughts come up, even subconscious or in the mind, it's literally vibrating out here and it's like bouncing
Mhm.
around all thoughts. So we want at least, because when we're in fear, we're living out here in the 3D realm. Okay, we're like there's a
Mhm.
torus field, and in the center is God's source, the truth of who you are. You're an all-powerful, all-knowing, peaceful and powerful divine goddess. Okay. And when we're way out here, we've created at whatever level of the division and the resistance, which is creating the dissonance. It's actually resisting what is creating that fear, and that anxiety is
Mhm.
literally like it's like shaking at a vibration. It's a discordance. Okay. That's the nervous system. When people say, hey, my nervous system is out of whack, they're trying to regulate it all the time, but you're doing it the correct way, which is, you got to get in and do that deeper work to stop what's actually creating, so you're not constantly managing your nervous system for the rest of your life. So in the
Yeah.
meanwhile, while you're doing that, while you're taking out the boulders to have it be a clear creation, you're going to want to regulate the nervous system through breath work. So you can do it through that heart rate variability. There's a free app. Grab it off. It's called breathing. Okay.
Mm.
And the other thing, of course, you can do, which can be more intense breath work that helps you get a little bit more regulated, which is prana work. So you can literally just put your hands in your lap, or you can put them on your heart or whatever it is. And if you breathe in and out through the nose, so pant like your dog. Okay, now imagine doing that through your nose, naturally going to the exhale. And if you do this for a minute to 3 minutes, it's called the breath of fire. And literally
Mhm.
it will reset. And then you can stop at the end of a minute to 3 minutes. and it's literally resetting all the molecules in cell with the prana. So it's going to reset the nervous system. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like I stop many times throughout the day if I'm stressed or if I'm on the computer too much and I start feeling that frenetic energy. Another thing, so there's three things I'm going to give you today. One is doing the heart rate variability. The second is the breath of fire, 1 to 3 minutes. So it kind of calms down everything. The third thing that's a must is grounding. So what I'm seeing a
Mhm.
lot of and what I was experiencing myself is I was like, why am I so stressed? And why am I feeling like this, like thought forms are coming through me and I can't even control it? And it was actually because I was on my computer so much without grounding, right? So one, you can buy mats for like $40 to put underneath your bare feet while you're on the computer. I have a grounding mat on my actual sheet on my bed. The other thing is you go out to Mother Earth, you have to be barefoot. That's the issue is if you can have a place,
Um,
yeah, you can't be on shoes because we have rubber shoes. And that's why there's so much mental illness right now is because we literally have so much energetics going through the system that people are like, they're just becoming the effect of their thoughts. So grounding is the third thing. So heart rate variability, breathing in and out, and making sure you're breathing all the way in where you can't take any more breath and it resets the diaphragm and resets the nervous system. You can do that literally for 5, 11 minutes. And you're like, wow, I feel so peaceful. Okay.
mhm.
Second is breath of fire. Put your hands in the lap. If you get more advanced, you can put them up while you do the breath of fire. Whatever it is, you can look it up, right? Okay. And
Mhm.
third is getting grounded on Mother Earth. So I'm super proud
Wow.
of you because you're going to do all the inner work, which because all of the fear, all of it is all the identity and the meaning and all deprogramming of all that stuff. It's also
Yeah.
subconscious mind. So it's naturally out picturing as a division and as a discordance. So as you do that inner work, it's going to become easier and easier to regulate the nervous system. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't know that you had to be barefoot. So I just moved to some land and I walk around all the time, but I have rubber shoes.
Yeah, you can. It will help a little bit just by the trees and stuff will come in and kind of bring the ions and stuff. But ideally, you're having your feet come.
Barefoot.
We're not designed to have plastic shoes on us. We're
Yeah.
one with Mother Earth.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
that's so beautiful.
Amazing. I'm super excited for you. So let's just take a
Mhm.
deep breath together.
Mhm.
Just doing a spiritual mind treatment. I recognize who Amanda is. I recognize she is an all powerful, all knowing, almighty spiritual being. I recognize that the truth of who she is the peace and the power, the stillness that creates from nothing. She source, her true self can never be the effect of the external world. That can be an experience in the humanhood, but the truth is that she is one with the creator, that she is that all-knowing, all-powerful spiritual being. And that's why she's here. She was seeking and she received the answers aren't from me, they're from the one divine mind, and we are one. And so I recognize right now, right here, her decision to take back the power of her emotions, her feelings, which all come from her identity, which create her beliefs, which create her thoughts, which create her feelings, which create her emotions, which create the experience of her life. And so I'm knowing absolute taking the power back right here, right now, just really knowing and taking a deep breath together. In this divine moment, there's a new thought and a new creation. And we say, thank you for truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Releasing together. As together we say, and so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is. I'm so happy for you. Have a
Thank you
beautiful,
so
blessed
much.
day. Thank you for coming today. It means the world. You had that question, and so many people others as well do. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye,
Appreciate you.
hon. Bye. Big hugs.
Bye.
Mm.